Okay, that seems to be working, although God knows what frame rate I've got. Dear oh dear. Right, so unfortunately, I was unable to get OBS working with YouTube. And in trying to get OBS to work with YouTube, I managed to stop OBS working with Twitch as well, which is annoying. So it looks like I'm going to have to use XSplit for YouTube and OBS for Twitch. OBS doesn't store your details when switching from one channel to another. And honestly, I can't even find the stream key for YouTube. I go to YouTube, but it's not exactly placed in an obvious manner, so I have no idea how to get a stream key that will allow me to connect OBS to YouTube. And of course, because OBS forgets the bloody keys if you switch between broadcasters, you're going to have to do it each and every time you bloody set the thing up, which is monumentally annoying, if you ask me. However, I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe you can save different profiles or something like that. So, but now I'm using XSplit, and I've had mixed results with XSplit recently. Actually, by mixed results, I think it's safe to say bad results, actually. OBS has been behaving a lot better from the point of view of performance. It's smoother. But XSplit connects to YouTube, which at the moment is a big bloody benefit. Anyway, let's get on with this. There is a delay, as you can imagine. Christmas is already over. Christmas is not over. It is not over. Christmas is not over till about January the 3rd or 4th or something. If you think it's over, you're not a parent. My kids have just gone out. They're going ice skating. Their mother is taking them ice skating. We managed to get them out of the door, although my son then promptly walked into a bush and stabbed himself in the eye and had to come back in because I'm the only one who can settle him when he gets really upset. So he's fine. You always know your kid is fine and the end of the world has not arrived when they're screaming, "Oh my God, I can't see, I'm blind," and you say the word chocolate. And silence descends and they look at you like, what, huh? So yes, one little chocolate bear later, and apparently his eye's fine. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing when you think about it? How chocolate will fix so many things. But there you go. Just live on Twitch. We've had this conversation before. This is where I'm doing my work-related streaming. This is my serious streaming. This is streaming for mods and stuff like that. Twitch is going to be my messing around, goofing off, not very serious playground. I'm going to try new games out, do stuff like that. Think of Twitch as my sandbox. Anyway, so PerMa. PerMa has been updated to version 1.1. And let's have a quick look. Seeing as something has changed, let's want to play depth. Okay. Sorry, don't mean to be rude, but working here. General George, sorry. Right. So I've downloaded the files I need for a lot of different things, I think. Okay, nothing here. Let's have a look at the changes. Version 1. Whoa, that's a lot of changes. Fix. Now correctly summon mage overlords with Lord of Bones. Not Mind Fabric now actually does something. Fix formatting errors. Perk descriptions. Okay, that could be cool. That could be what we were needing. Fix model file paths on Dragonbone Claw. PerMa. Do we have anything? Great swords now drain stamina when attacking. Good. Just Rage no longer slow time by 90%. This was one of the ones that we reported, we found. See? He's fixing them. All those people are going, oh my god, this is too buggy to work. This is why we do this. We do testing, and then we find the bugs, and then the mod author fixes them. Warbringer only works once per target. That was one of the flaws we were having. Dervish works on blade and blunt weapons. Thick padding correctly reduces damage by 75%, not 25%. Ah, this might explain why it was we weren't noticing thick padding as much as I thought we wouldn't notice it. Boiling Point now adds its ability. I think that's for the second rank. Oh no, here we go. That's it. Reckless Abandon rank 2 no longer removes the toggle. That was another one of... Dervish is no longer limited to weapons that are both blunt and piercing. We were having trouble getting Dervish to fire, and I think it's because it required both blunt and piercing. Right. Nice. Anything else, do you think? Juggernaut. No longer badly mislinked in perk tree. I don't know if that's... Okay, these were fixes. PerMa, all secondary error recipe, multiple computer, else fixed a few errors, fixed a few installers. Tweak. Noise for grind, spell, defiant, concentration, law, no, avoidance, destruction. Monolith has a 50% chance of triggering. Right. I believe Monolith was the one where, with full armor on, with full heavy armor on, you would stand there and get stunned by anyone who hit you with non-power attacks, which I thought was a little overpowered, even though it was a massive... I thought it was a massively powerful ability, even though it was actually fairly high up the tree. Sorry, I was getting distracted there. Bull's Charge. This was another one. Is only active while weapon or magic is drawn. If you remember, Bull's Charge is if you're running around, you knock people over. And of course, this made running around in cities kind of dangerous. So now if you put your weapon away and you run around cities and you bump into people, you won't Bull's Charge them, which is really useful. Shove has got stricter stamina conditions, which is good. So there's definitely a bit of balancing going on here. And... Perkus Maximus seems to delete Warforged gear, just making sure you know. I don't think I have any Warforged gear, to be honest. So yeah, it would seem that a lot of changes have been made, which is great. A lot of balancing going on, a lot of bug fixing. Hopefully now some of the things that we found as problems are now fixed. Now, first things I have to do, of course, is update everything. Perkus Maximus. Now, Perkus Maximus, we need to install. I'm looking at the chat here. Right. Might ignore the chat for a little while. Right, we want all of them. Expansion 1, Wintermist enhancements. Yes, thank you very much. And we want to replace everything. We want to replace absolutely everything. Okay. So I should go to bed, but stream. Yeah, if it's bedtime where you are, don't worry, you can watch the video on demand. This is YouTube. The advantage of using YouTube is the video on demands are not that bad. Okay, so we now have... okay, that was worrying. It didn't ask me to... That should have been number 10. Perkus Maximus. I didn't... Usually it tells me... Oh, this was... Right, this is because it was... I want to do that again. I'm sorry. I want to see that again. getting used to the mod organizer here. I was expecting it to show me which files it was going to install, and then I could look at them and say yes. I keep forgetting with scripted installers that doesn't quite work that way. So just want to have a right Perkus Maximus overhaul. That's the one. That's where it put it. That's basically good. Let's have a look at this. XP's file tree 24th. These were changed. That's the day before Christmas, so it's fairly good chance that I have now got the correct version. Documentation, Perkus Maximus, change log. Can I view this? Can I not view that? Open, yes. Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3. Let's go to the bottom. 1.1, right, yes, excellent. It has updated. Right, so that is the main install. Fixed winter mist stuff. Now, I think that was another one of the files. I balked the included winter mist. Go to SKYRIM data, replace the 2 files from this archive. So, what I actually want to do is install. I want to manually install this. Permanent expansion, winter mist, and I want to put them in Perkus Maximus maximum perk overhaul. I want them to overwrite the existing ones. I want to merge this. Now I want to merge this. If I replace it, it will replace all of the files, and as it will kill off the existing ones. So merging is what I want, I believe. Let's double check again. We don't want to make any mistakes here. Perkus Max Winter Mist. That doesn't look like it's changed, does it? Does that look like it's changed? I don't think it does. I tell you what. Here's the thing to do. Let's delete those. Yay. Manual. Set data folder. Merge. Open. Voila. Okay, so they're there. They are the new ones. Sorry, I'm a little paranoid, but PerMa patches. Now this is the... This is PerMa compatibility patches, I believe. PerMa compatibilities and PerMa patches. All right. I've got Gopher and immersive weapons. Do I have Gopher and immersive weapons? Do I have immersive weapons installed? I have immersive weapons. And this is complete. Standalone patches, don't need this. Gopher. Complete crafting, immersive weapons, bring out your dead. Replacement ESPs. Immersive armors, I need. Winter is coming, I think I need. I don't think I need that. I don't think I need clothing, crucifix. I don't think I'm using it. Frostfall. I don't think I'm using Frostfall for this. Am I using Frostfall for this? Tell you what, let's put Frostfall in anyway. Right, now, well, this is what we want to completely replace. We want to completely replace. Let's go and have a look at the file tree. No, let's have a look at the conflicts. This means that... Okay, we definitely want that selected. I don't think I need PerMa survivalism, because I think PerMa survivalism is for Frostfall. Probably should have a little error somewhere. Where are you? There we go. If I select that, it's going to say, no, you don't have... Missing Masters, Chesko's Frostfall. Right, so in actual fact, I don't actually need that one. Let's stick that into the optionals for now, just in case we decide to test this with Frostfall, which I doubt we're going to. Right, so we've now got PerMa compatibility. We also have defluffing. However, when I visit this on the Nexus, I get the following. And the reason they've given is the extended perk description that was here. It has now been moved to a different page, which is this one. PerMa extended perk descriptions, and it requires extended UI. So it requires the extended UI, which is interesting. So then what we need to actually do is remove defluffing PerMa extensions, perk descriptions, and in fact kill it off. Remove mod. And all modules, thank you very much. And I think we put that before the compatibility patches. Let's have a look what we've got here. We have one. Oh, I think this is new. Let's have a look at my saves. Are we missing something? We're missing Perkus Maximus Mast. Really? Why are we missing Perkus Maximus? Hello? That's Patches Maximus. That is understandable. We're missing Perkus Maximus Master. What the hell? Yeah, we need extended UI anyway. Let's just do a quick sort of the load order. Your SKYRIM update, brilliant, brilliant. What? Hello? Did you fix my load order? Right. Patches Maximus, yeah, we'll fix you in a minute. What I want to know... That is missing Perkus Maximus Master ESP, Perkus Maximus Thief, and Perkus Maximus Warrior. Why? This... Oh, because they've not been bloody selected. All right. Why have you not been selected? What are you missing? You are missing Perkus Maximus Warrior. Can I filter these by not selected? There we go. It's odd, isn't it, that they're not all auto-selected? Right. So, here we go. I am reading the chat. It's very, very, very odd. Oh, right. Someone's saying what I should have done was just checked and unchecked the mod in this side because I've done a full replace. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. That does, in fact, make sense. Patches Maximus is now working. However, we got to redo Patches Maximus. Now, Patches Maximus has this ESP and a bunch of data. And it was last made on the 5th of the 12th. So what we now need to do is run Patches Maximus. And I can't remember, did I have this set up correctly? Yep, I got it set correctly. But in the past, that's not necessarily been... Okay, other settings. No, I'm fine with this. And... patch. And this, of course, may take some time. So I may just go off and get a drink. So I may just close down the stream for a few seconds, minutes, and hopefully we will come back completely patched. Okay, I'm back. And for those of you who are wondering what it takes to get blocked on my YouTube live streams, being stupid, basically. It's pretty basic. I'm not totally sure why I always need to put rules and stuff, you know, how to behave on the internet next to my live streams, but honestly, very often if you have to ask, the chances are you probably shouldn't type. If you can't figure out what is and what is not acceptable in a public forum surrounded by strangers, it's probably anything you type, actually. So yeah, and yes, slightly more serious on YouTube because, of course, this is serious stuff. Am I live again? My God, I can't. The delay is so horrible. I think I'm live. Move them. Oh, I can actually. I've got. See, I can't move them when I'm using OBS. Because, well, I can. I just haven't set it up. But I can move you with XSplit. But I'm not going to. So, let us all be silent. You don't have to be silent. Just don't be idiotic. It's like, you know, getting a lecture. Yes, possibly you are. If you feel like you're getting a lecture, then possibly you need one. If you feel like I'm giving the lecture to someone else, it probably means you were irritated by somebody in the chat being daft. So. And by silliness, I don't mean silly mathematical equations. I just mean people typing stuff that is, let's face it, known to be probably offensive. And don't give me all that rubbish about, oh, people get offended too easily. If you're typing what was being typed in the chat, it's not that we're offended to my core of my being, but really, if we were sat at a dinner table having a nice chat and you started just sitting there, sitting at the dinner table screaming, tentacle rape, tentacle rape, tentacle rape, you'd not be getting invited back again. It's not about being offended, it's about really not wanting to put up with abject stupidity of the highest order. So, there you go. Right, now, it has finished patching, and of course, I have the little warning that a file's in your overwrite mod, which is good. However, I do notice... Oh, right, yes. So, we got to add these. I'm going to move these over to my test new character. Does that work like that? Does it work like that? Does it work like that? You can drag and drop to move files and directories to regular mods. That didn't work, though. Do I have to do it like that? Is that how I do it? No, it's not. You see, the Perkus Maximus has been updated. That's the really important one. That's the one we absolutely have to do. But I kind of wanted to update these files as well, just because. Has it updated them? It seems to have actually updated them. 30th of the 12th. Does this mean these have gone? Let's have a look at this. I don't think so. They're still there. You can use drag and drop. Perkus Maximus back. Okay, let's have a look at the test new character. See, I'm learning MO as well a little bit here. Files. There's nothing in the files. So the thing is I actually don't think I'm using boss. No, I'm using loot. I don't think that I need any of these files, to be brutally honest. I would like to know how the hell to drag them over into other mods. It's my test character. Okay, oh, now it's letting me. All right, okay. That's it, that's done. Okay, it must have been a glitch. Let's have a look at the file tree now. Files, there we go, right. So now, it would seem we're actually ready to go. Let's try this. Oh, for those of you wondering, no. I have not managed to fix my ENB shadows thing. I tried plugging in the 780. Same problem, so it could be a driver issue. Why don't people listen when you say why you don't go on Twitch? Oh, beats me. Sorry. You believe boss is no longer needed if you use mod manager. That's not really really true. You use loot. If you use, you mean mod organizer, right? You still need to use boss or loot. I would suggest loot. I really would. Okay, let's go in and. Okay, that was our headless generic. Sorry, generic. It doesn't work when you say it as a Scandinavian, does it? Did we have a generic with heavy armor? That's what I'm thinking. Because I kind of would like to test. That's light armor. I don't think so. All right, so let's load up Mr. Generic. Loot is integrated into MO, you don't need a separate shortcut. Not necessarily true. There is a cut down version of loot in Mod Organizer which will work in a pinch. I would highly recommend installing loot and doing it the correct way so that you can have control over certain plugins. I'll show you in a second why. In the meantime, why is loot better than boss? Because it's more up to date, more powerful, and that is, it's essentially boss 3. Loot, they just renamed boss. Okay? So, why is Boss 3 better than Boss 2? Because it's better. More features, more power. It will actually figure out the correct load order based upon... This is not a video for that. Okay, so. I still have my perks. Where are my perks? Why don't I have perks? Where are my perks? Oh, you know. Let's take him a little further along here. I have a feeling I had to use powers to get perks, and then I've not saved them, have I? Perks to increase 80. That's a little late. We need to figure a new baseline. All right. What do we have here? Is loot not integrated into Mod Organizer? Yes, a cut down version of it. We need to get a... Try that. 139. Did we try 139? If we get banned and make a different account, we'll be able to get in. Yeah, sure. If that's what you're into, yeah, I suppose. Perks to increase 100. Alright, this is going to be our new starting point. And let's have a look at... This is School of Destruction. I gotta be honest with you. Extended UI, I get it. Oh, right. Here's what I don't like about extended UI is the fact that these are not immediately as obvious to me. Maybe it's the brightness of my monitor, but I could do with these being a lot, I don't know, a lot more highlighted. You know what would be nice here? If I could click straight on heavy armor and it went straight there. I'm guessing that's a little too difficult, but there we go. Okay. So... Worn heavy armor is 20% lighter. Conditioning. Oh, yes. Player.set AV heavy armor 100. Deflective. Does this doesn't seem to be... I'm just not remembering it, am I? That's what it is. I tell you what, I'm just not remembering it. I think it was up this way. Stalwart defense. Well equipped. Powered attacks are 30% weaker. 50% weaker. Hardened by innumerable blows, your frame ignores the many of the deadliest attacks that connect your armor, coping with the enemy's fury easily. While equipped head to toe in heavy armor, incoming power attacks are 50% weaker. Just rage. This was the one. This was the one. Enraged under your shell of steel, you lash out when injured. Focused and deadly in your pursuit of aggressors while fully clad in heavy armor and below 30%, time slows by 10% and melee attacks are 10% stronger. Below 45%. This is what I wanted to test out. Below 45% health. So, did I save this one? I did. Right. That was 156 is our new thing. Help. Dragon Bone. Armor. Help. Dragon. Was it Dragon Bone separate words? No, it wasn't, was it? It was Dragon Bone. I want the weapons. I want the armor, and I would like not ebon steel, but all right. I'm a little. Dragon Plate. It was Dragon Plate, wasn't it? It was Dragon Plate. It was Dragon Plate. How do you scroll through the console? Page up and page down. Here we go. Right. Player. Add item 139651. And we're going to go all the way to 9. If you get it right. What did I type? Add item. One, 3, 9, 6, 5. Excuse me. 6, 7, 8, 9. And we should now have... What do we have as a weapon? Iron axe. Alright, so there's our heavy armoured warrior. Let's save him whilst we're retesting these. So, is it me or does the stream not look 30 frames a second? And we're also getting horrible tearing. Are we getting horrible tearing? We are getting horrible tearing. Why are we getting horrible tearing? Alright. You're getting... honestly, that really did look kind of like VSync was having an issue. Elder Scrolls, why are you doing this? Don't. No. Use VSync. Use 3D application setting. No, let's force it to on. We definitely want it on. Right. So we're forcing it there. And I also want to make sure it is in my env local.ini file. VSync, true. And of course it needs to be set in my... Oh God, what was it? What was it called? What the hell's it called? Does anybody remember what the hell? Who is Spike and why should I ban him? Yeah, no, they were tearing. They were tearing. Your games on Twitch stream yesterday were tearing as well. Well, they were, but that's because I wasn't actually V-syncing. I was G-syncing for me. Yeah, no. There are certain times when I want it to be absolutely perfect. For me, not you. Don't take that the wrong way, but... present interval, that's the one. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Present interval equals 1 is already set, which I thought it should be. Hopefully now we should have. Could you give me a second? Yes, that would seem like... Definitely seem like trolling. Can't stop the gameplay. This is your only warning. Please stop. Thank you. You play 15 frames a second. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Okay, hopefully we will not get tearing now. Okay, there you go. V-Sync for the win. Alright, alright. Now, that is 30 frames a second, unfortunately. None of this 60 frames a second gloriousness for you. And I have to say, XSplit just does not seem that smooth. That seems stuttery to me when I look at the stream. When I look at the stream looks stuttery. Whereas it's not on my screen. On my screen, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. So, right. So what were we testing? We were going to be testing... Really, come on. Heavy armor. We were going to be testing just to see if it's been fixed. Heavy armor is one of the ones we had some serious issues with. Just rage. This should now be a 10% slowdown. So let's do help. What have I pressed? Stop it. Help. Bandit. Mr. Bandit time. Player.place at me. FF 000 F80. Player.set AV level to be 30. Is it set level? Set level 30, yes. That's right. Okay. And then player.place at me FF000 F801.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Okay. Okay, it needs to get below 45%. I seem to be not equipping a weapon. Why would that be? Okay. Now you can see the slowdown. There is a slight slowdown. Player.set baby health to be 5,000. And stamina. Have you noticed how when you cheat you... Oh god, that's going to take forever, isn't it? Kill! Bye-bye. And let's just change that back to something more sensible. 500 and... health 500. When you change your values to like 5,000, the NPCs take one look at you and go, ah! Alright, so that worked. That did in fact work. Let's try it again, just to make sure, so you can see it in action.
Never should have come here.
Okay, hit me. Hit me. I'm bleeding. Come on. When I get to 45%, it's going to take a little while.
I'll skin you.
There it is. Can you hear it? I got a 10% slowdown of time. And slightly more damage. Which gives me slightly better chances to you know, give him a bit of a kicking. Alright, that seems to be a lot better now. So there you go. Fixed. Right, let's have a look what else there is on heavy armor. Exploit weakness. Okay, that just gives you extra damage. Juggernaut. Your blows into foes in knight's armor thrust while wearing heavy boots and moving all melee attacks are... Okay. 15% stronger. Like it. 9k stonewall. Heavy shields do not hinder your movement. I like that. Ancient bulwark. Do not slow your... Yeah, I'm liking all of these. So let's try them all. This reduces the debuffs. Just rage. Unshakable. Cannot be staggered, like it. Bull's charge. This was the one. This was the one. While fully clad in heavy armor, run into enemies and strike them down. Unyielding. Unbreakable. When fully clad in heavy, enemies cannot ignore your armor. Okay. Against all odds. Which one of these has been fixed? Okay, let's save here and let's go and check the. Oh. Right, let me just set my health to. I'm going to set it to 300, slightly more reasonable amount. Did I just get myself horribly killed? Hello? There's my stamina. What's my health? I may have bugged the game. Yep, seem to have bugged the game. Probably should reload the other save and redo the perks. Alright. Monolith was fixed, right? That was, yeah, somebody said monolith. Perkus Maximus. Let's have a look at this. Juggernaut. Just rage. No longer slows time by 90%. That was good. No longer removes reckless abandon. Oh, that was a light armor perk, wasn't it? That was a light armor perk. A light armor perk. All right. That was the other one that was pretty big. And I think those were the major ones. I mean, there's a lot of other things he's fixed. Bull's charge. I definitely want to try out Bull's charge. Definitely. Yeah, one of the big problems I have with... Oh my god, there's such a delay, it's ridiculous. One of the big problems I have with YouTube is the fact that when I set the moderators, it only remembers moderators for the single stream. So I have to reset the monitors each time, the moderators each time, which is bloody annoying, as you can imagine. So what I could actually do with, to be honest with you, is getting moderators and having one of the moderators in TeamSpeak with me, just basically being quiet, but he can occasionally tell me of things that are of interest. This is what somebody has suggested. I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to try and do that. I am going to try and get someone I trust to get into the TeamSpeak with me and read the chat for me, so I don't have to do it. Not that reading the chat is an unpleasant experience, but you know what I'm saying. It's just, sometimes some comments will come that will really, really be useful. I might miss them. So, let's have a look. Actually, you know what? It would have been quicker to go this way, wouldn't it? Yes. Obviously, for moderators, I'm going to want people I actually know. So, the problem is with these new perk trees is they are hard to traverse. So let's just take all of these. So we had defective cage. That's just magic. Reduces the damage you take from magic, which is always good. You survive at 11. Come, fully clad. You gain 40 armor for every enemy close to you. Now this was one of those ones that was massively, massively powerful. In that if you had 10 enemies around you, your armor became just ridiculous. Which was good. Which is actually very, very good. They cannot ignore your armor. That was good. Monolith. Incoming unblocked attacks stagger the attacker. Now what he's done with this one is he's made it so only 50% of them are. So there's a chance of it staggering, which is pretty good. Alright. But what I actually wanted to do first of all was help Bandit. I'll tell you what. First of all, let's save this. Let's save this. We've got a guy with fully everything now, and that's our heavy warrior to test. Player dot place at me FF000 F551. Right.
Yeah. Picked a bad time to get lost,
right.
friend.
Oh.
Now ain't this a surprise?
For some odd reason, didn't want to continue that. So, I am going to run at you. Nothing happens. All right. Now I'm going to sprint at you. And boom. So now I've got a lot of stamina. I've deliberately made this character with a lot of stamina. So this is still pretty damn powerful. This is still pretty damn powerful. But at the same time, my stamina is going down. This allows me to control one guy if I can control him this way. And I might need to because I don't have any weapon skills. Okay. Now, the big problem, of course, with this particular skill was then when running around and... Oh god, I got no stamina. Is that me? Really? That's as fast as I run? I mean, I know, I get it. It's realistic. Oh my god. Even with all the perks, that's as fast as I run. Oh my god. I mean, yes, that's perfectly reasonable. Okay, so let's do this inside.
Halt.
What?
City's closed with the dragons about.
Really? Yes, new game, new game. Completely forgot. You keeping an eye on me? Shh. Okay. Bull's charge is so stupid I had it on my follower. She got constantly attacked by everyone. Yeah, now, the thing is I can now run into people and it doesn't knock them over. See? So I'm not... As long as your follower doesn't have weapons out from now on, you should be fine. And I have to say, there definitely seems to be a better balance now. I mean, the stamina regeneration I've got is not that good at the moment, but I've got very high stamina. Like 400 or something, don't I? What? Player dot get AV stamina. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. I've got 100. I've got 100. So that's probably not... Player.set AV stamina 300. And let's do health 300. Because there's more reflective of what I would have if I were this level. and had this ability. So if I run around with it, you're running around town, boom, didn't knock him over. And my stamina lasts longer. Not running you over. See, that is now actually useful. Of course, if you run around town with your weapon out,
Help! Someone's being attacked!
now you're in trouble. Sorry. My bad. Sorry.
By the order of the yard.
Yes.
Stop right there.
Submit. Take me to jail.
You're going to...
Yeah, alright. No, I like that. I like that. It seems now to be a lot more controllable. As to how... What? I've never been in jail. I've never actually been in jail. Loose Great Novice. Do you know that? I have never actually been in jail in Skyrim. This is it. This is... Oh my god, I'm having an Oblivion moment. Wow. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I know. Usually it says I'll pay off my fine. There's an option to pay off my fine. So I pay off the fine and I go back and... Hello? Do I have to sit here for... Do I have a new quest? Like... Oh, God. Miscellaneous? Join the Storm Cloak? They left me lockpicks. You really left me lockpick. You did not leave me. You left me a lockpick. And a bandit with 6 gold. Why aren't you, like, looting the bandits? And I can sneak out that way, but if I want my stuff, I gotta go this way. Oh, can you believe this? I didn't have any gold. I've never been in this particular circumstance before. We need a new Let's Play where I play an incompetent thief that spends his entire time in jail. Oh my god. Richard went to jail in Solstheim. Did he go to jail in Solstheim? I suppose he did, but it wasn't quite like this, was it? This is you know what I'm saying? This is actually pretty damn cool. Okay. Oh wow. Brilliant. Brilliant. Look at that. How many years of playing this game and all of a sudden you can sleep to get out. I know. I'm not totally sure I want to. Wow. All these years of playing this game. All these years. And I have never actually been in jail. Just goes to show you, doesn't it? Just goes to show you. Anyway, that's the thing. We've now tested the heavy armor. We've tested the heavy armor. So he's so happy that he's found something new in this game. Of course I am. Of course I am. It's at level 30. Stamina and health to 300. And... Really? We're talking about sex mods now? I suppose this is mods we're talking about. Oh! Damn it. Please tell me it remembered. Right, light armor. So, nimble warfare. Right, yeah, let's... Oh. Player.set AV light armor 100. And then help leather. My god, there's a lot of leather stuff in this game. There we go. Player.add item 13920 all the way to 22. And then Armor and... We need a light shield. I've got a light shield. Don't need a light shield. Leather armor is 3, 6, 1, 9, E. No, if you're talking about mods with sex in it, I guess that's, I suppose, at least on topic. Although, not really, because this is the PerMa mod test, however. Right, so, there we go. I now have a light armoured warrior. So, let's have a look at his perks. See which ones. Ugh. Avoidance. Well, okay, that's just a generic one. Exploit weakness. Right, here we go. This was it. Thick padding. The weapon damage should now be really reduced on the first hit. Noticeably. It should be noticeably reduced on the first hit. Because that's one of the things we didn't notice last time. Player dot place at me FF000 F5A1 Bandit Thug and smack.
What was that?
Okay. Barely scratched. Next hit was a lot bigger. Right, yeah, that worked. That worked. The first hit was a lot smaller. Had I not had so much health, actually, we would have noticed it a little better. So I'll tell you what, let's actually do that. Let's set the health back to, say, 150, something more middling, and I'll also try and get the regeneration going. Why do sex mods exist? For the same reason Frostfall exists, mate. Why does Frostfall exist? Why is there a mod that makes your character react to the wet and cold in the game? Because there's a demand for it. Because there are people out there who would like to play in a game that is harsh and makes them build camps and dry off and hang around fires being miserable. One could argue sex mods made more sense from the point of view of having fun. Of course, I don't agree with that, because for me, having fun involves overcoming kind of, you know, the environment as well, and also, I don't know, I think Frostfall adds to the epicosity of the story. So, there you go. Alright, let's place another bandit. Okay, this time we should notice very little damage, and then the next hit should be a lot better. Come on. I mean, it's noticeable. It is noticeable. And probably against really tough opponents who do a lot of damage, it's probably a real godsend. That first hit doesn't damage you as much. Alright, okay. And it's a fairly low-level skill. So... agility... yeah, that we had mixed results with that, but... Reckless Abandon. This was the one. This was it. Reduces armor by 50%, increases melee damage. And if we took the second rank, we didn't have the toggle. If you remember that, we didn't have the toggle. So, we should now have Reckless Abandon. We should be able to use Reckless Abandon. We've now got Reckless Abandon, which means our armor is not as good, but our damage is more. So our armor is only 149. Our axe does more damage. And when I go along to the effects, I've got Reckless Abandon, and I should now have... I can toggle it off, so that should now mean Reckless Abandon has gone, and I no longer can use it. I got to rest now to use it. I no longer have the ability, and my damage is back to normal, and my armor is back to normal as well. Fixed, working as it should. Nice one, Tendo. And what else did we have? No, this one actually worked, didn't it? Adrenaline Rush An adrenaline overload. I believe they kind of worked. I think those were my major problems with the perk trees for warrior. Was there anything else? No, I actually think overall he's actually addressed most of my concerns. He's fixed the things I thought were bugs, and he has taken some of the balance issues, and also, you know, the juggernaut thing when running through town, you're no longer going to jail. Although, again, you still need to remember to put your weapon away. If you run through town with your weapon drawn in heavy armor and you've got that skill and you forget, you're going to have some issue. All right, okay. It's nice that he fixed all the things that we showed. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't expect any difference. Oh dear, did I just show the chat at the wrong moment? I don't want sex in Skyrim because of lack in real life. It would just fit a medieval type setting. Yeah, I've nothing against people who want sex in games. Absolutely nothing. It doesn't interest me in the slightest. I'm slightly creeped out by sex in computer games, to be honest. Always have been. Always find them a little, I don't know, freaky. I'd rather they did it like they used to do it in the movies. You know, acknowledge it happens and then fade away and come back. They did that in Masquerade, Vampire Masquerade. That's much better. Thank you very much. There's something about computerized characters just look a little odd to me. So there you go. Right then, the last thing to check then on the warrior tree, seeing as he seems to have dealt with everything, is smithing. Oh, there it is. I've not looked at smithing, which is the last thing. Done with horseshoes and nails, dedicated smith turns his attention to more challenging projects to continue his education. Tempering is 5% better. Let's go to the smithy. Really? I feel very, very slow. You know what this is? I've become spoiled by SKYRIM. SKYRIM has a couple of... Oh, I'll tell you what. Do I actually have all of the perks that make me run faster and stuff in light armor? Now, in actual fact, I don't think light armor is a warrior skill, is it? I think light armor is actually a thief's skill. Free movement. I think it's actually a thief skill. But to be honest with you, it's... I hate that. I hate that... is it a meme? Thinking. I don't think of light armor as thief skill at all. Never have. Probably never will. Thieves don't wear armor. Okay, that's got everything. I think that's going to make me about as fast as I could possibly be. My god, I'm slow. Yeah, I'm so used to SKYRIM, which I think boosts your movement speed, depending on a few things. Plus...
Halt.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Get out of my way.
But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Were they always this rude? Gopher, do you even quick scope 1v1 MLG 420 Kush? Has anybody got even the slightest clue what that person is talking about?
I just can't fill an order that size on my own.
Yeah, there is a huge delay. Is it 3 minutes? Didn't SKYRIM change it back to being a warrior skill? It might have, actually. It might have. I'm not 100% sure. When is the next part of Wasteland 2 coming? When it's done? I've not played it yet. I've not got any Let's Play footage done because I find it very difficult to get any time where there are not kids in the background making noise. So, alright, we're going to save here. Player.set AV smithing 100. It's very, very difficult to do Let's Plays when... Now, my family are out of the house now. They actually went out, which is unfortunate, because had I not arranged the live stream testing, I probably would have done some Let's Play because I've got the house to myself. But I'd already arranged this live testing thinking they were going to be in the house making tons of noise. So there you go. Right. So, let's have a look. Help leather. Player dot add oh god. What is it? What is it? Oh god, really? We've got. I want. Player dot add item 1. Oh, it's not 1, it's F, isn't it? Yes, right, okay.
Got a lot of steel to shape. Gods be praised.
Yes, gods be praised. Give me all your leather. Thank you. Yes. Give me your leather strips. Yes. Give me your iron. Give me your quicksilver. What? Don't I have enough? I don't have enough gold for that. Really? Didn't give myself enough gold. Alright. Whatever. That's enough for now. That's enough for now. Right. So, if I... Where's your armor? Deck. Oh god, you don't have one, do you? You don't have an armor deck. My god, of course you just make bloody weapons. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. Let's go to the other forge. Other forge.
We are the children of man. Talos is the true God.
Yes?
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
What? What are you looking at?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire
Let's try and get this
hunters or
right.
something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining
Right,
up
okay,
myself.
yeah. There we go. Excellent. I believe that just increased the legibility of the chat a tiny bit. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Yes, the Muffin Man. Right, okay. Workbenches. Right, so I can now make my leather armor 139. Let's see what happens when I... Really, can you just remember which one I was looking at? Thanks. 25% better. Oh, win it. After so many days at the forge, metal bends to your will and exotic materials flow your direction. Your skill proven with every hammer blow. Tempering is 5% better for every level in your smithing skill. Every level in your smithing skill. What does that mean? Does that mean every point? So, like, I've got 100 smithing, so it's actually 50% better? Well, let's find out. It should now be 25% better. My leather armor is now 130. Wasn't it 139 before? Thought it was 139 before. Okay. $146. Doesn't seem like a huge boost, does it? Not really. Not a huge. Okay. Turn off the chats in stream. Yeah, it's kind of nice for you guys to know what it is that I'm having to suffer. Especially the people who watch the video on demand. They might wonder, why is he pausing for a second and we're hearing the sound of slapping foreheads? Right. Dear, oh dear. I think that means that every point you spend in smithing the tree, it gives you a bonus to tampering. Oh, really? Really? Okay. Right. So. Let's have a look. Material, gold and silver. Guess. Material, refined silver. With diligent study of lost refining techniques, amazingly pure silver gildings can be added to weapons, punishing supernatural foes. Refining silver weapons deal 10% more damage and 10 more damage against undead and werewolves than... Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's have a look at this. Refined silver weapons deal 10% more damage. Right, I tell you what. Let's player dot... Okay, no, first of all. Help. Silver. Is it long sword? Sword? Sword. Silver. Sword. That's leather armor. That's leather armor. Did somebody just ask why is he whining? Always whining about chat. Because he doesn't have any moderators. Player dot add item 10AA191. Okay. No. I'm trying to read the chat at the same time as... Okay, 10. As type. Not necessarily the greatest thing to do. So, how do we know if someone gets banned? Does it matter, guys? Does it matter? Oh. Alex, the gods that be, Gopher swings Mjolnir. We know if someone gets banned because the chat gets less creepy. Correct, right? Here's the thing. I'm testing this mod and you guys are here to kind of help me, maybe give me some advice, whatever. But it's also, can we stop talking about tentacle rape? Seriously, I'm not going to warn anyone. If you don't know that's a stupid subject to talk about on a live stream, then really reevaluate. I don't care if there's a mod called that. If you don't know that's a bad subject to be broaching on a live channel that isn't at least devoted to some such subject, learn. Right. So, damage 13. Now, I can refine... Oh no. Help. Silver ingot. Player.add item 5ACE3. Let's add 20 of them. It's going to be here. Right. Silver arming sword. I can take it from 13 to 24. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is pretty epic. You got to admit that's pretty epic. Now, what happens if I take that new one? Refined silver weapons deal 10% more damage, weapon damage, and 10 more damage against undead and werewolves than normal silver weapons. Okay. Or is refined silver a new weapon? Is it a new weapon? Do we have jewelry? No. Silver necklace, silver ring, silver. Iron. Where would silver sword appear actually? Believe it or not, I'm completely and utterly clueless. Silver claw. There we go. Silver sword. I can make silver swords, silver claws. But there isn't a refined silver one. You need to craft a refined silver... Oh, look. Needs a silver longsword, which apparently I don't have. Silver arming sword. Gold ingot. Help. Gold ingot. Ah, okay. Player dot add item 5A D90 20 gold, and let's make. Oh, it already does more damage. Look at that. Already does more damage. It does 15 instead of the 12, because the other one does 12. So it's already doing more damage, which we like. Oh wow, that really does make silver a lot more useful, doesn't it? That's. So let's have a look at that. And it actually does an extra 10 damage against undead. That's pretty damned powerful. That is pretty damned powerful. And of course we can, I assume, give that a bit of a buff. We only take it to 25, which we could set the other one to 24. Still. 25. Now, remember, I have no skill in this sword. I have absolutely no skill in this sword. Does it look different? Does it look different? That looks different, doesn't it? Or am I just sort of completely imagining that and looking at it from possibly the worst angle light-wise? I quite like the silver sword, actually. It's not a cricket bat. Okay, interesting. Honestly, I thought I was going to speed through the smithing tree in 5 minutes. I had a feeling this was going to be horribly boring. Can you hide the chat? Yes, I can. Saying the silver is more powerful in PerMa makes me want to finish working on my silver arrows instead. Okay. Copycat. While legends tell of incredible artifacts, rumours also say that some smiths were able to forge rough copies from these priceless objects for use in later ages. You can craft unenchanted replicas of any Daedric artifact in your possession. That's pretty damned cool. So I could make an unenchanted version of the Dawnbreaker sword with this. That's pretty damned cool. I don't think I need to. I'm gonna take his word. Let's not do that. Help. A Dawnbreaker. Whoa, look at that. Player add item 4E 4EE. Right, let's have a look at this Dawnbreaker, which is 21. Believe it or not, not even as good as my damned refined silver sword. Really, my silver sword is better? Mind you, it's epic. It is epic, so let's not get too carried away. I'm sure I can probably increase the. I can make that 31 as long as I have ebony ingot. So player dot. Okay. Help. Ebony ingot. Player dot add item 5A-D9D 20. And let's just make that. I don't have the skill. I don't have the skill. Of course I don't have the bloody skill. Right, but I do now, apparently, have the option to copycat it. If I have the smithing skill. I don't have the Daedric smithing skill. Copycat seems to be kind of useless if you don't have Daedric smithing skill. The chat is a bit huge. Why? Do you know what you're missing? Do you know what you're missing? From here, you know what you're missing from here? 4 rivets on a boot. Oh no, there's 0. Oh, you know what then? Oh, I will shrink it a tiny bit. And there you go. Now you can see the full boot. Okay, so interesting. But I like the idea. I like the idea of any Daedric artifact. But probably you need the Daedric smithing. I suppose it depends on the artifact. Meltdown. Okay, that one's pretty self-evident. Armor. Any fool can sharpen a blade, but with those skills you've learnt to deconstruct and reforge weapons into highly efficient killing tools. Reforged weapons have 10% increased damage. What? Reforged weapons have 10% increased damage, critical damage, and attack speed, and 30. Silver. Miscellaneous. How do I reforge things though? Okay, that reforges it. Okay, so this reforges my silver sword, puts it at 17. Now, it was an epic one, so it was actually 25. This reduces the damage, but the damage was 15, right? The damage was 15 on the refined silver sword. Damage 15. The reforged one is 17, and then I'm going to guess that I can. Oh god, falling over. I can then take the reforged, refined silver sword and make it even more epic. 27. Okay. They really do have a lot of different options to make your swords reasonably epic. Okay. Can you enchant a copycat? That's the big question, isn't it? We'll have to find out when we check out the enchanting skills. Right, Armourer. Same thing, I guess. Same thing. Master Warforged. With dedication comes perfection. Weapons that can be wielded with no effort, and armour whose perfection unites the characteristics of all known materials. Reforged gear can be further improved, creating Warforged gear that weighs 40% less, has 30% increased damage or armour. Regular attacks with Warforged weapons do not consume stamina. You're kidding me? Wearing 4 pieces of Warforged armour grants all known smithing material perk bonuses. Gear of such purity is known to repel enchantments. Let's come back to this because... oh my god. Basically. Okay, hunting grounds. Hunting grounds. A hunter is more than just a dirty ranger with a bow. You use your foraging skills to create elaborate traps to catch the unwary. You can craft and place deadly bear trap. This trap deals 60... Now, in SKYRIM... I'm reading the chat again, let's have a look. Loot and degradation will make weapons dull and... Somebody has sent me a gift! Mountain Blade. Thank you! And congratulations for the silent beef. Okay, thank you. You may have just destroyed my stream, though. Because I'm not totally sure alt-tabbing is a good thing. Crap. Oh god, it came back. It came back. It came back. It came back. Just in case that happens, I'm going to save again here because we've got quite a few things. Okay, right. Have fun getting one-shotted by mages. What? Is known to repel... Oh, I see. You can't enchant it. I thought when it said repel enchantments, it was repelling spells. I was thinking it automatically had a... Well, you say this, but it does say, wearing 4 pieces of Warforged armour grants all known smithing material perk bonuses. Let's see what those material perk bonuses are, shall we? Before you immediately assume the worst. Okay, that was not good. I can rename my classes. Yeah, don't worry about it. Material. Steel. Wearing full steel armor. Right, so this allows me to do steel, blah, blah, blah. With a well-crafted sheet of steel, even protecting against it. Right. Incoming bow damage is reduced by 10%. Incoming crossbow damage reduced by 20%. So steel armor. If you're wearing full steel armor as this type of smith, you get 10% damage reduction plus 20 on that. Dwarven. 15% less damage from Falmer and Dwarver machines. Orichalcum. Okay, if you're wearing full orc armor, you will do more damage with orc weapons. Ebony. While wearing full ebony armor, magic resistance is increased by 10%. Daedric. Incoming bladed attacks are 10% weaker and Daedra summoning spells last 25% longer. Let's go the other way. Oh god. Ah, but it's made it. Okay. Full leather armor, 15% fire and frost resistance. Okay. Material moonstone. While wearing full moonstone armor, all spells cost 5% less magicka. Okay. Grundum. While wearing full Grundum armor, health and stamina regenerate 20% faster. Malachite. 10% of all incoming spells are absorbed. You move 5% faster and deal 10% more damage with frost and fire. Daedra. Bladed weapons 10% weaker. Oh, we've already got that one. It's a circle. Okay. Right. So. Now we're wearing full leather. We're wearing full leather. So we're getting fire and frost resistance increased by 30%. Right. Okay. So. Now, I need to make now this is your only mastery skill. If you become a master smith, now can I warforge leather? Can I warforge my leather armor? Let's just reforged leather armor. Yes. Reforged leather boots. Yes. Leather braces. Yes. Leather helmet. Yes. Warforged. Okay. Naked Smith. Leather strips. Help. Leather strips. Player. Add item. 0. Okay, no. 800 E450. Okay. So, we now have a bunch of Warforged gear. Let's see how it is as well. Oh, and I haven't actually made it... I can actually... 180 graft. Now remember, I need to check this. Oh no, my leather armor is good. My leather armor skill is actually very good indeed, isn't it? Yes, it is. It is, I think. Let's just double check that. But I think my leather armor skill is... Light armor, excuse me, leather armor skill. My light armor is 101 and I've got all the perks. We'll just double check that. Yep, there you go. Or I've got a lot of the perks. So, that explains why my armor is now 456. 456 for leather armor. Granted, it's epic leather armor. I'm skill 101. But it's still leather armor. Leather armor, 456. Can you imagine what my armor rating would be with SKYRIM armor? Or dragon scale armor that's warforged? Now. Oh my god, look at all the bonuses you've got. Stamina regeneration increased by 40%. Health and stamina regeneration, 40%. 10%... Attacks ignore 10% armor. I ignore 10% armor. I get 10% faster movement and a 20% more fire and frost damage. I take less damage against Dwemer and Falmer, my spells are cheaper. 20% of incoming spells are absorbed. Think about that. I have 20% spell absorb just from my armor. I have 30% fire and frost resistance right there. 15% more damage if I use all weapons. Unlikely. Reduced damage against crossbows and arrows. Magic resistance of 10%. You know what? I mean, look. It's true. It is true that you're losing out the ability to enchant. You are losing out the ability to enchant. There's no doubt that that is painful. Because, of course, I could probably get myself 100% magic resistance or 85% magic resistance and lots of other... You had to know that was going to happen. Right. And I'm only wearing leather armor at the moment. So those bonuses, because what basically happens is because I'm wearing Warforged leather armor, I gain all of the bonuses from all of the other smithing perks that I've got. So I've managed to imbue this armor with what is the essence of all armor-ness. Armory-ness. Right, so yeah, so as U1849KA points out, it's not the be-all and end-all. 10% magic resistance and 20% magic absorption plus 30% fire and frost. It doesn't include shock, for example. But you do have a ring slot and a necklace slot, so you could, of course, use those. I'd say, here's the thing with it. It's a mixed bag. It's very, very powerful. This armor, this is only leather armor, and it's very strong. It's very strong. It's very, very tough. And if you were playing a character that's, for example, let's just say you were playing a character who just did not use enchanting. I mean, in all honesty, if I was going to replay Richard, this is how I'd go. I would avoid enchanting. I'd probably stick to potions and explain that as alchemy, as science. You know, I know alchemy is technically magic as well, but I would sort of explain alchemy as, you know, science. It's very hard to explain enchantments as anything other than magic, but of course, without those enchantments, you really are going to die a horrible death. As a master smith, and he was a master smith, and he is a master smith, this would make it so that, in actual fact, the bonuses you get, they're not as specific. I'll give you this. When you enchant armor, you usually enchant it for a purpose. So if your biggest weakness is magic, you just put loads of resists on it. If your biggest problem is not resists, because you've got loads of absorb powers or whatever, and you want armor, you enchant for that, and so on. Or perhaps you want other bonuses. You tend to look at your needs and craft your armor accordingly. And also, you can have different sets of armor, so different necklaces. Oh, I'm fighting a fire dragon. Quick, put the fire-resistant necklace on. With this, you're a jack of all trades. There's no doubt about it. You've got some resistances, some more damage, some more stamina regeneration, and so on. Oh! I could, of course, still enchant my hide shield with resist magic, and shield was actually a pretty good one. So you could still get the resists on your hide shield if you really want to go the enchanting route as well. And as I said, necklaces and rings, but not your armor. I think it's pretty good. I actually think it's pretty damned good. I know alchemy is considered magic in lore. I'm just saying from the Richard perspective. I think I would have avoided enchanting and gone for this. I think I like it. Gotta be honest, it's It's powerful. It's a very powerful thing, but of course it is your master skill. You can only have one master perk. So if you take Mastery Warforged, you can't take Mastery on any other tree. That's it. That's my one Mastery perk. And of course, you might argue that the Mastery perk for light armor was better. You've got Killing Spree. Can't remember what that one was. For 10 seconds, while not wearing heavy armor, killing an enemy in melee combat boosts movement speed by 5% for 10 seconds. I think it's a toggle. I think that was a toggle. So yeah. So it is powerful, but it's also balanced. It's also balanced. I'm liking it. Coffee break. No, we're over. We're done. We're actually done. And believe it or not, we've done everything that I meant to do today. We have finished looking off at the armor and the weapons because, you know, there's been some fixes. We've seen that PerMa is getting balanced and fixed all the time, which I think is good. We've seen how we've seen how to update and how it's not that difficult. It's just a repetition of the installation. And we've checked out the last tree in the warriors side of things, the smithing. And in actual fact, I'm liking the smithing tree. I quite like the fact that the traps. Oh, I haven't looked at these. Combining the most advanced forging techniques, ground traps pierce through armor like. Okay, so this makes them piercing. Deal more damage. Instead of having traps as part of the... If you remember, he used to be able to have traps as part of, I think it was the Wayfarer tree. They're now part of the smithing tree. I like that. It's a nice little twist. Not twist. Extra for smithing, to make smithing more dynamic. So you become a bit of a trap master because you're good at engineering. I like that idea. I do like that idea. But Weaponsmith and Armourer, these are both very good things to take. And you could actually, if you were just leather armour, you could just get material leather and then go up the rest of this tree to get all the extra abilities. You don't need to go for the other materials. I liked the silver. I like the copycat, definitely. And Warforged I love. I think that's brilliant because... it really, really is a hard choice for me. Here's the thing. I would argue that enchantment is probably more powerful. If you go down the enchantment tree, get all of the perks, get 100 enchantment, it is probably more powerful to be a master armourer, to get your armory, your smithing to 100, but not to take this one perk, and to get enchanting to 100 and take all of these, and then make enchanted armor that is reforged. So reforged enchanted armor, crafted up to epic or legendary or whatever it is probably the most powerful mix. However, you need to go up the entire enchanting tree. If you decide you don't want to go up the entire enchanting tree, you want to focus on just your armor skills and just your weapon skills, that type of thing, Warforged realistically gives you a good alternative to being an enchanter, and an interesting one. One that, as I said, you're less powerful in a focused area, but you're more generically powerful all around. I mean, 40% better stamina and health regeneration. It's pretty good. Resistance against arrows. Sort of a small amount of resistance against magic. Pretty good resistance versus fire and ice. Overall, this is a very, very powerful option to taking the entire enchantment tree. I'm liking this. I am liking this. Mariana Diaz asked me, there you go, do you like PerMa so far? Yes, I do. I like the direction it's gone. I love this idea of only having one mastery perk. I do. I like that. The idea that you really have to make the choice. What are you going to be known as? Are you going to be known as the best smith in the land or the best swordsman in the land? And the fact that that choice is not actually that easy, the fact that this armor I'm wearing now is pretty damned incredible, but could it be better if it was enchanted? Yeah, maybe. If I wanted to use the perks, and if I wanted to give up all the other bonuses, it forces me to make a choice, and I love that. I love that. Regens matter a lot more in PerMa as well. Okay, there you go. Does pumping iron work fine with PerMa? It should. I can't imagine why it wouldn't. So, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the testing for PerMa for the warrior side of things is pretty much done. We found a few bugs and a few balance issues, but they have been dealt with. The mod author is ahead of me. He has fixed them, he has dealt with them, and so far I'm liking what this has done. I am liking the PerMa changes to warrior. Next up, I believe I'm going to try mage. I am going to try rogue as well, but I think I want to try mage. Mage looks very interesting. Of course, I'm going to need a new mage character. I was thinking originally of bringing Steve out of retirement for the PerMa testing, but we've already seen that really, when the mod author says start a new game, you probably should. I mean, you might get away with it if your character is not too far up. You know, if he's only level 10. I mean, I switched to SKYRIM when I was level 7 or 8 with Richard. I can't remember exactly what it was. But if you're, you know, level 62, 63 like Richard is, it's probably not going to be something you're going to be able to change to with PerMa. So the same is probably true of Steve. I will unfortunately have to start a new character. Well, not a new character. I'm going to use generic and turn generic into a dress-wearing mage, and we will have to see how that goes. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for helping me out, and for the most part behaving in the chat. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you guys for the next live stream. Of course, I will be live streaming on Twitch constantly. I do that all the time now. I am doing a variety of things, from playing random games you guys have bought me, thank you for that by the way, and also trying to increase my friend slots by collecting badges, something that has become slightly addictive actually, gaining Steam levels. So keep my Twitch channel in mind if you want to see me actually playing and having fun, and if you want to talk about silly things, although not that silly, please. Okay, can we murder guards, please? You do what you like. I, on the other hand, am going to go off and get some food.